back here in Leeds once again?
Start off by saying thank you for the support on the last one. If you were there at the last fight, it was an hell of an atmosphere, hell of a turnout. I just apologise for the way that the fight turned out. As always, I give it my all, and I always want to try and entertain the fans, and that's first and foremost, and you just turned out in your numbers. And obviously, Mr. Barry didn't want to really make it a fight. He was there to survive and get paid. But job done, we moved forward. And I said to a lot of others that would potentially be looking at a unification fight. I felt that there was nowhere else for us to go, but it's not worked out like that. And that's no fault of our own or the manager's team or Frank's or the promotion. It's just the other champions out there don't seem to want it. And it's proven very difficult to try and make a unification fight. But I'm a champion and I don't want to sit on the sideline. I don't want to just call myself a champion without fighting. You know, you've got to be active, especially at this level. I've been at a stage where I've had 11 months of inactivity and come back, and it's not good. That ring rust and just the little edges, you need to be active. So we're back in Leeds. Takoucht got a massive opportunity here, a tough fighter, and you know, he's been given a golden ticket here. He's got a full camp ahead of him, and I'm sure he's going to bring a fight. But for us, all I'm concentrating on is winning, and winning in style.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably right that I just connect up one or two of the dots there. Oscar Valdez was offered the fight, Josh being prepared to go over there, or alternatively bring him over here. And we understand that in all probability Valdez is going to be moving up as the WBO champion, moving up to super feather. So maybe the possibility of that title being declared vacant. Gary Russell Jr., as students of the sport will know, fights about once a year. I mean, how he pays his electricity bill, I'm not quite sure, but he was offered it and again wasn't wanting it. And Leo Santa Cruz, the WBC champion, flatly turned down the opportunity to come over here and fight in Leeds, and didn't seem too keen on the fight over there either, Josh.
No, and you know, a few lads were saying the passport's ready, and they're putting the savings away and getting ready to for a trip over in States. And you know, Frank and the team tried everything they could to make that happen. Obviously, because we didn't fight until June, negotiations couldn't really start until after that. But for a good 5-6 weeks, it was battling back and forwards, and you know, towards back in the year, we're running out of time, and we've got to stay active. We've got to be in fights, and you know, I'm hoping that getting through this one, and we'll see what comes into next year. But I think prior to the last fight, I maybe put too much pressure on myself. Of, you know, it's definitely going to be happening after Galad. Once we get him out of the way, just all we need to do is win. But cheers, buddy. Nice cup of tea. But for me now, I'm concentrating on winning. You know, keeping hold of that title. You know, I'm one of the 6 or 7 world champions that the UK has got, and ultimately the dream is to unify. You know, it's frustrating in the fact of I've done not but take big fights over my last 3-4 fights. I've done what I've had to do. You know, Lee Selby, straight away defence with Carl Frampton, taking my mandatory on in Kid Galad, and you know, they were ranked in top 5 of the world, all 3 of them fighters, and I'm just desperate for that unification fight. I want it so bad. You know, I'll be satisfied just to have that one fight against any of the other champions, win another title, call myself a unified champion, and then after that, I just defend the title until the cows come home. But you know, it want to be, and this is where we are. And Takoucht, ranked number 4 in IBF. You know, we ain't gone right down to the bottom of the list. We've picked a tough man, and I'm sure it's going to be an exciting night as always. And certainly for myself, for my own personal outlook, I want to come back with a performance like no other on October 12th.
And if you do keep on producing wins and an eye-catching one, then obviously it makes the possibility of those unification fights very much more likely. They become more marketable. And I spoke to Frank and George Warren about the possibilities of 2020, and they say very much it's on the cards, provided he comes through against Sofiane, to in 2020 look ahead to American trips or maybe another big fight at Elland Road to replicate that unbelievable night against Lee Selby last May, wasn't it? Well, anyway, let's hear from Sean. You've had a look at Sofiane and with Josh, and you've assessed his capabilities. What do you see in him as a fighter? I mean, he's vastly experienced, been around a long time, and coming in on the back of 8 straight wins.
Yeah, a very experienced fighter, and to be honest, the highest ranked fighter that's available at this time. He's ranked number 4 in IBF, number 2 and number 3 are vacant. So he is actually what I'd call a mandatory. We've not gone for the number 15 Italian or 13 or 12. We've gone straight for the most capable, highest ranked fighter that there is. So it is a genuine fight. This is not a fight that we've taken expecting to win easily. It's a fight that we've taken. We've got to raise this game again. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep that momentum going until we do get the super fights. And he's very, very capable. I've looked at him. Been keeping an eye on things, gone back over his history of fights. And he's very, very capable. I mean, let's not forget, he stepped forward, come over here and grab this fight with both hands. Something that Santa Cruz, Valdez, Gary Russell didn't want to do. He's come forward and taken it. You don't do that unless you're capable. So we're taking him very, very serious. He's a good fighter. He's got plenty of grit about him. And I think it all makes for a very, very good night.
We'll hear from Sofiane in just a moment, but you've studied him. He's a southpaw, I hear. And what sort of style does he bring in?
I see a little bit of everything in him, really. I think he's quite durable. I think he can bring whatever he needs to bring. Whatever he needs to apply, he can apply the way the fight goes, you know. He can box a bit, he can fight, he can be evasive, he can come forward. He's got a little bit of everything. I quite like him as a fighter. I think it makes for a very, very good fight. I really do.
We have an interpreter here, as you probably gather. She's translating everything that's being said on this side of the table, telling him what they reckon of him. So now it's your turn to speak to the people out here. For Sofiane, after being a professional for, 13 years, this represents a fantastic opportunity.
Après avoir été un professionnel pour 13 ans, pour vous, ceci est une opportunité superbe.
How do you feel about this fight?
Qu'est-ce que vous ressentez à propos de ce combat?
C'est un rêve d'enfant pour moi.
This is a childhood dream for me.
And how long, you say a childhood dream, how long have you been in boxing? When did you start?
Donc vous dites un rêve d'enfant. Quand est-ce que vous avez commencé à faire le boxe? Depuis quand êtes-vous là-dedans?
J'ai commencé la boxe à 10 ans et demi.
I started boxing at 10 years old, 10 and a half years old.
And you have, 35 wins against 3 defeats in this long career. How would it change your life if you were to take this title?
Donc, vous avez gagné 35 fois pendant tout ce temps-là, contre 3 défaites. Comment est-ce que ça changerait votre vie si vous gagniez ce titre?
Ça changerait tout.
It would change everything. Everything.
This is what you've dreamt of, and it would get you worldwide renown if you won.
Et donc, c'est ce dont vous avez rêvé, et vous allez avoir un renom dans le monde entier si vous gagnez.
Peut-être, espérons.
Maybe, let us hope.
Tell us your thoughts about Josh as a fighter, because you must have seen his big contests.
Donc, racontez-nous vos pensées sur Josh comme combattant, parce que je suis sûre que vous l'avez vu dans ces concours.
Ben, c'est un grand champion.
He's a great champion, a big champion.
L'Angleterre a un grand champion, c'est Josh Warrington.
So the big champion in England, that is Josh Warrington.
Et voilà, moi c'est une chance et une opportunité pour moi qu'on me donne.
And this is an opportunity that I'm being given.
Et j'essaierai de me montrer au mieux pour... voilà.
And I will try to give my best and to show myself in my best light.
Alain Vastine is the trainer who's going to be overseeing Sofiane's preparations for October the 12th. Can you ask Alain about the tactics and how he feels that Sofiane might be able to beat Josh Warrington?
Donc Alain, sur vos tactiques et qu'est-ce que vous pensez sur ce que Sofiane pourrait gagner Josh?
Aussi bien en boxe, rien n'est gagné d'avant.
So in boxing, like in anything else, nothing is a given.
Et on viendra ici, on viendra pas faire de la figuration, on viendra justement pour gagner la ceinture, on viendra pas faire de figuration.
So and we're coming here to win that belt. We're not coming as to show off, just to win that belt.
On a une chance, c'est à nous de la saisir.
We have an opportunity and it is up to us to grab it.
On fera tout pour la...
And we will do everything to get it.
Alain, what do you believe makes Sofiane special? What are his principal attributes?
Donc, Alain, qu'est-ce que vous pensez sont les attributs précis qui rendent Sofiane grand, fort?
Son courage.
His courage.
Son courage, sa volonté de y arriver. Et,
his courage, his determination to get there.
On a toujours des défauts, mais on peut
Everyone
travailler ces
has
défauts.
defects, but you can work on your faults.
Il a un gros cœur.
And he has a very big heart.
Et quand il monte sur un ring, c'est pour gagner, c'est pas pour faire de la figuration.
And when he gets up on that ring, he's getting there to win, not to just play around.
En respectant son adversaire.
All the while respecting his adversary.
Has respect, but he has courage, has determination, and says this is what he's dreamt of, Josh.
Yeah, I mean this
sounds familiar, doesn't it?
this build-up's a little bit more mild-natured than the last one. I will say, what a beautiful language. I only got like a E in my GCSE French. I mean, I can only just speak English, so I can't understand what they're saying. But listen, the guy's, he realises he's got a massive opportunity. He's coming into my backyard. He knows of the task at hand. And echoing what Johnny said there, I'm not going to take him lightly. It'd be ridiculous for me to think this is a walkover to given, and especially with last fight and the way that went and my own personal performance. I want to come back with a bang, and not just to not really meant to make a statement for anyone else, but to just show that I'm a world champion and everyone's getting giddy about wanting to fight me, and everyone who's underneath me wants to be in my position. I always want to show that I'm serious here.
You're not
world champion, and if I were to step up to any of the other champions, then I'll beat them as well. And I've got to show class. I've got to bring the best on this now. This is a time to really show that, John.
You're normally so upbeat and very, very much somebody who trades on confidence and feeds off the support of this wonderful crowd that you've got here in Leeds. How down were you personally after that last fight? I mean, you wouldn't be human if you didn't walk away from it thinking, well, what was all that about?
Yeah, obviously frustrated. Frustrated for the fans inside there. Frustrating from my own personal performance. I'm my biggest critic, and Barry didn't really want to fight. I'm not talking just like stood toe to toe, but just even having a boxing match, he just wanted to hold. He just wanted to survive, and were times I could have done things a little bit better. We'd worked on certain game plans, and there were times I wasn't really listening to Johnny Kebab outside of me, but he gave me a bollocking for that after. Well, that 29 fights is probably one bad night at the office. Still got the win, and when we're moving forward, they're not always going to be fights of the year. And we had an idea that he might have played like that. And to be fair, all he was bothered about was getting paid and surviving the night. And like I said, that's that chapter done. We move on.
Sean, how much is he ready to go again now? And because I know you were frustrated as well, and came away from it a little bit angry. Is that the right word?
He'd have made a parson swear that, John. It was stood there round after round, having to watch that. I mean, listen, it's one of them, like I say, it's done now. It wasn't a pretty sight. It wasn't pretty to watch. But, like I say, we've had a bad night at office. We've come away with a win. Anthony Joshua had a bad night at office and got absolutely leathered. So I consider us lucky there. We've got opportunity. We still go back as champions. And we still keep going forward.
How much is he ready to go again now, then?
Well, if you look at him now, he's under 10 stone now, and we're 9-10 weeks out. We've had him back in gym. I'm having to just calm him down a little bit. As you know, we've got him, and then we've got Reece Malt, English champion. Max Eels is in with us now. And it's a good stable, good experienced stable. They're all kind of championship level fighters. And I think they bounce off each other, they're training hard, and that's all they want to do is train, It's hard to get them to stop training. I mean, him now, 10 weeks out, under 10 stone. I'm going to have to send him out for some, a bit of dinner tonight, fish and chips or something, to keep his weight up,
You're paying?
No, we'll sort it out, Johnny. I might as well pay for everything else. But no, we're looking forward to going back to Arena. There's one little bit of Las Vegas.
Whatever's ringtone that is scandalous. Scandalous, man.
Seeing all his old friends again, Phil Edwards. Phil Edwards, Ronald McIntosh and Howard Foster. Can't wait to see them all again. Good pals of mine. But no, we always enjoy fighting in Leeds. I think this time you are going to see you've got a man here that's come to fight. He don't need to bring all that, the attitude, and he's not slagging, he's not name calling, he's not cocky. He's just confident. Because he knows he's coming to fight.
It kind of a reference there to the amazing support that you guys have given Josh through his career. Can I ask Sofiane if he is ready for that passionate support that's going to be behind his opponent?
Sofiane, êtes-vous prêt pour ce soutien passionné qui va être là pour la personne contre qui vous allez combattre au moment du combat? Est-ce que vous êtes prêt pendant le combat?
Does he fear the crowd's support?
De la part des foules, avez-vous peur des foules?
Do you want to say anything more about that? What makes you sure that you can cope with it? Ask Alain as well.
Alors, est-ce que vous voulez dire un peu plus là-dessus? Pourquoi êtes-vous sûr que vous allez gérer tout ça, ce soutien passionné pour votre ennemi, quoi?
Voilà, moi je fais mon sport.
I'm here to do my sport.
C'est-à-dire de le faire du mieux que je peux.
To do the best that I can.
D'être le plus professionnel avec les petits moyens que j'ai.
And to be the most professional possible with the little means that I have.
Et voilà, j'espère qu'avec mes petits moyens, je pourrai renverser des montagnes.
And I hope that with my little means, I will uproot mountains.
Can you ask Alain as well how he thinks Sofiane will cope with that amazing support that Josh gets?
Et Alain, que pensez-vous, comment est-ce que Sofiane va gérer ce soutien formidable que Josh reçoit et va recevoir?
Des spectateurs.
From the spectators?
Yes.
Ouais, c'est normal, il est chez lui. On a déjà vécu ça.
This is a
On
home
sait qu'un
match.
boxeur, quand il est chez lui, il a tout le public derrière lui, c'est tout à fait normal. C'est lui le champion.
We've
Mais
lived
nous,
this.
on vient ici.
We've lived this
mais,
before.
on
We
vient
know
ici.
that when it's a home
Il l'a
match.
déjà fait en Ukraine contre le champion d'Europe. Il a été champion d'Europe. On l'a déjà subi. On l'a déjà vécu. Et on fera tout pour gagner. On vient ici pour gagner.
So
On
we've
vient pas
lived
ici
this
pour
before, and we know that when a boxer is boxing on his home ground, then he's got the whole public behind him. And this has happened to us before. It happened in Ukraine. We had all the crowds for the supporting our opponent, but regardless of that, we are coming to win, and we will win.
29 fights undefeated, Josh, and I think before we wrap it up for the time being, you must be very aware that the support of these guys has been a big plus in your favour.
Yeah, most definitely. 29 fights, 10 years of pro, coming up to 10 years of pro, unbeaten, and the fans are fantastic. I mean, it's just got bigger and bigger, and it's grown beyond Leeds, beyond Yorkshire, nationwide. I mean, we get fan mail from all around the world. Some people say inspirational from where we've come to and where we've got to. I don't believe the journey's finished. There's still a lot more to go, and I feel like it's the final chapter of where I want to be in terms of unifying the division and whatnot. But I think in terms of for the fans who turn out to the Leeds Arena, it's just it's World Championship boxing on your doorstep. It doesn't come around often, but it certainly has inspired young fighters around the city. And obviously on the undercard, you've got like Jack Bateson fighting for his first title, and probably aims to follow in my footsteps. But Leeds is becoming a strong boxing city now. And I've been proud to fly the flag, but I can't thank the fans enough for the way they turn out with the numbers. I mean, we're walking out. The last fight, I thought it was potentially going to be the last time we were going to be at the arena, and they were airing the numbers, and it was a fantastic noise. And I believe this one will be again. And all I'll say is just keep following the journey, keep supporting. We do it together. Keep chipping away, winning the fights, and the unification fight, it will come eventually, I'm sure of it.
Do you sit here thinking, I've got to where I am, I've come through these great performances. Do you think that the best is still to come?
Yeah, definitely. I think when my back's against the wall and when I get written off, then that's when the very best Josh Warrington comes out. I feel like last time out, I come off them two great performances in 2018 with Lee Selby and Carl Frampton, and there were, like I say, there were more energy put into the build-up with Old Barry than the fight itself. But I've got the bit between my teeth again now. It feels different going into this camp. It's just my mindset, everything's different. Last time I just wanted to punch Barry's head in because I didn't like him. This time it's about putting a performance on for myself, and just got to keep winning. Racking up the wins as being a world champion, and like I say, I've been patient in the past, and I finally got a world title shot, and I'm a bit patient this time, and hopefully one of the champions will step up and take it.
It is a stacked undercard, as you can see from the poster behind me. We've got the Commonwealth Super Featherweight contest between Zelfa Barrett, who had that great win against Leon Woodstock Jr. against Jordan McCory, who's a tough guy, always comes to fight, so you can guarantee that McCory will really take it to Zelfa and see what he's got to offer. That's a Commonwealth title fight, Barrett defending his title at Super Featherweight. There's the vacant Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title, Lyndon Arthur against the big punching Ghanaian Emmanuel Amin, and the English Featherweight title, which Josh alluded to, Michael Ramboletsa against Jack Bateson, which